Today's stories include Sony teases new GPU tech for the PS6, Nintendo finally comments on its weird Pikmin short films, and Clair Obscur Studio speaks a bit about their next game. All this and more, because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Friday, October 10th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing, Adeoye Jr. Joining me is the Nitro Rifle, Andy Cortez.
Good morning, Blessing.
Morning, Andy.
What'd you do last night?
I went to a paint and sip.
Went
to a paint and sip hosted by Double Fine. Thank you so much, Double Fine and Xbox, for the invite to celebrate the launch of Keeper. And when I tell you, I did a bit too much sip at the paint.
Oh, wow.
I'm starting slow this morning, but I'm getting there.
How was the end product? Did the end product look like you had too much to sip during the paint and sip?
Honestly, here's the thing. So the really cool thing about this paint and sip is that when everybody's done, they bring out these black lights and they reveal that the paint that you're using, like, I don't know if it's like glow in the dark paint or if it just naturally does that black light
stuff.
But yeah, it looks fluorescent. I on assets, Kevin, if you want to pull it up, I dropped some photos in there. Also, I can grab Mike's painting because he has it out there to show you what it looks like when you don't have the black lights on. But I think for me, my end product, I was like, okay, it's fine, it's whatever. Like, I wasn't in love with it until they did the blacklight thing. I was like, wow.
I made art.
I was like, I did this with my bare hands.
Hell yeah.
And so it was a really, really fun time. I mean, so many, like, a lot of homies were there. And yeah, quite a lot of sip in this paint and sip. But also, they had maybe one of the best charcuterie boards I'd ever had.
Okay.
They had this smoked cheddar on there that, like, had me wanting to take it home. Like, I was like, man, this charcuterie board is off the chain right here. I love a good charcuterie.
There's some. Ooh.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like with the black light. That's my painting there. That's me, Mike, and of course the one and only Tim from Double Fine.
Tim Schafer's looks the best.
I mean, of course his looks the best. That was the upsetting thing, is that there were friends there. Turns out a lot of people in games media are also really great artists, because you had Max Scoville that was there.
Oh, we know he's a great artist.
And he wasn't even following along, because you have like the lady that they hire to like lead the paint and sip, right? And she's telling you, all right, now what you want to do is you want to make sharp lines here to represent the rock formations in the background. Right. And now you're going to want to mix the blue and the purple to make a very particular color. We're going to put that over here. And I can tell Max Scoville is listening to none of that. He's making his own fucking masterpiece in the corner. And every time I got up to like walk by to see what other people are doing, his just looked different.
I love Max.
His just looked so good. Kurt Indoneva from GameSpot also just had an insane looking one where like he's not following the instructions. Or maybe he is, but like he's like doing like these sharp lines.
Put your own flair on it.
He put a lot of flair in his, where it just like, it looked like a different art style. Essentially, where like everything looked like it was exploding. It was really cool.
Seeing Mike's when I walked by his desk.
I mean, I can grab Mike's real quick if people want to see what it looks like, because Mike did a great job as well. I think me and Mike Kevin's grabbing it. Me and Mike probably had like the same maybe like level of artistry in ours, but like every time I looked at his, I was like, oh dude, that looks good. Like I think both of us were self-conscious, but
we also got
it done.
We don't have the black light here, so you know it won't be the full effect necessarily, but.
Did Mike take his home, Kevin?
We also don't have maybe in his car, but he's not here.
That's so funny, because I heard his voice.
I just saw him and I just heard him.
Yeah, we just heard him
out here.
And the painting was on his desk.
Yeah, I know, it's gone now.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, it's on the couch. Apparently, it's on the couch. Cool. I'm glad you all had a nice time.
Why didn't you go?
Oh, I didn't know about it. I don't know.
It was in the Slack. Greg put up a Slack saying Double Fine's having a paint and sip. Who wants to go?
Oh, was it like the events thing or whatever?
Yeah. So yeah,
here we go.
And like it looks good.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Mike killed it.
The lady that was giving instructions, I think, did a very good job of guiding us through. And yeah, Mike did a really great job. Look at this. Come on.
I think it was one of those things where I looked at the schedule. I was like, I'm going to be out Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, I'm prepping, we'll be out, so maybe I don't take that evening off,
That's fair.
Man, this is a really good job by Mike.
Yeah. Honestly, if you had like a canvas holder here, I'll say we just keep it out for the entire episode.
Yeah, I would like that a lot.
Maybe, Kevin, can you make a canvas holder
lean
real
it
quick?
lean it up against the laptop.
Yeah,
I'll
up
get
against
something to lean it against.
Well, if I can do my laptop. Yeah, both of our laptops are holding
Look at
this
that.
thing. There
beautiful.
we go. There we go.
Great job,
What'd
Mike.
you do last night?
I played some more Absolute.
Oh, nice.
Played some more Absolute.
That was a really fun time.
Yeah, that's a good video game.
That's a good video game right there.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And then I played more Ghost of Yote. I had to drop the difficulty in Yote.
Wait, really?
I can't hang on hard.
Oh, you're playing on. Okay, I see. I see.
And look, I'm not trying to blame the video game. Okay, sucker punch. I'm not trying to blame the video game. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, the lethal, the hardest one is like one shot, you're dead.
Yeah.
One hit, you're dead. But it's also the same for hard, where I'm at right now. Like, I'm not getting one shot and I have like 80% health. I have a full health bar. And I'm one swing and I'm dead.
When I tell you, sometimes that might even happen in normal.
And I'm like, okay, so I'll just drop then. But it's also on the flip side. It's like, I got to go explore more. I got to go find more little baths. So get my naked tush out, sit in that bath, get, all
I'm glad they kept the tush.
Get the heels going up, the more I put in, the more that I will get out of this experience.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done a whole lot of the side stuff. I've finally sort of started to do a lot of it and finding a lot of joy in it. I'm having a lot of fun with this.
Would you say you're having like a great time or an amazing time?
I'd say like great-ish.
Okay.
Amazing-ish.
Amazing-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mainly for me, it's like it's the same core gameplay of Tsushima, right? It's improved in a lot of aspects, but story hidden a lot more immediately. And
yes,
I love Atsu. Like, I think she's
cool.
Jin always felt, aside from the whole Jin stuff of like, hey, you could be a little nasty freak and go ninja, but that's gonna piss off your uncle, or you could be, you could fight with honor.
Yeah.
Think about you don't fight with honor. Like, yeah, you're a slave to it. Man, that shit goes hard. But like Atsu across the board, I think is just like way cooler and more fun to play as. And there's a lot of like really cute moments of dialogue with other characters. Like, I really am.
I like the relationships between characters.
Yeah.
In this one a bit more. Like, I'm a bit more invested, and especially in a lot of the main characters, right? Like, as you meet more people and as you realize, like, oh man, okay, there's a lot more here as far as like how your characters relate to each other, or like how this story develops and evolves, that actually has me like, oh shit, all right, I'm really interested in this person now. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
More so than in Tsushima. Even though Tsushima, I think, had moments like I still remember Lady Moscow in Tsushima, and like how cool that side story was. And I feel like there's a handful of those, but
there's a couple of really fun characters that are just entertaining as hell to be around. And you're like, oh my God, like the writing for you continues to be really good and quirky and humorous in ways that I wasn't expecting.
The writing in Note, I think, is my favorite step up.
Yes.
From Tsushima that they took in this one.
100% agreed. Yeah. Good video game, turns out.
Good video game. Yeah. A lot of good video games coming out.
Oh my God.
Right now.
So many.
And a lot of good video games to talk about. Because remember, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around. No!
Mike's painting fell.
The globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny memberships on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Housekeeping for you. We're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get Gamescast, which is a shit list. It's us ranking IGN's ranking of roguelike games. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to have a bigger roguelike conversation for a while. We got to have a bigger roguelike conversation. And I'm excited to jump into it. I got a lot of things to say. I got a lot of thoughts.
Roach Runner says, now it's performative art. The value just went up. It's on the ground now. It's like, what a statement on society,
Chat,
how little we care about art,
This is what I want to do. I'm doing this without Mike's permission. How much do you want this painting for? We're auctioning it off. Like,
you will break his heart if you do that.
I feel like this is something he'd be into, though.
I feel like
making
this
the company money.
I think this is similar to Roger making the call of getting a different Pikmin item of clothing. You know?
Can't tell me that Snow White Mike wouldn't be into the idea of getting some Twitch bucks or some super chats for his painting. He's gonna be like, damn, I gave back to the cause of my company that I work for.
Yesterday, before I left work, bless, he's like, "You're going to LA this weekend?" I was like, yeah. Whoa, what for? The Elden Ring concert. Oh, okay. Pretty fucked up. You didn't invite me. And I was like, Mike, honestly, like, inviting you adds so much more stress to a trip.
It really does.
Because I don't know.
You don't know if
there's so much uncertainties, and like, it's one more thing. It's like, I worry about the hotel and the flight and the travel and all that, but that's like one extra bucket that I just
the
like.
Mike element.
I'd rather you just show up if you want to go, but like, it's become so hard to
like, even if you go to the concert, am I gonna see you at the concert?
Yeah.
Are you gonna end up like backstage somehow?
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
I was,
The Mike element.
And then it was, when do you leave? When do you get back? Oh, okay. And then Barrett goes, and he's just kind of writing all these times down so that he knows to kind of check if you're texting him when you arrive and leave. And I was like, that's a good point. That's a good ass point right there.
Also, I gotta double check because I think I messed this up. I think we're doing a Audible today where instead of Gamescast being after KFGD, I think it's actually a Game Showdown that's after KFGD, and then we're doing Gamescast.
I think that's next week.
Is that next week?
That's next week. Yeah, that's because I checked that date and it was like the 17th or whatever.
You're right. That does say the 17th. I just read Friday. Okay, thank you so much for that. So yes, we are doing Gamescast after this, and then Game Showdown after Gamescast. And then after Game Showdown is the stream, which is going to be King of Meat. Is that Mr. Beast joint, isn't it? No?
No, I don't think so.
Is it just he had a partnership? Because what did Aru win? I thought Aru won some King of Meat competition.
No? Oh, you're right. She did win that, but I didn't. I think that's like a partnership. I think that's like some sponsorship thing.
Gotcha.
It's like the Fall Guys sort of, obstacle course multiplayer game.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe. Damn. 747,000 people playing Battlefield 6 right now on Steam.
That's fucking nuts.
Pretty big launch for Battlefield.
That's pretty huge.
That's pretty massive.
Huge.
We'll be playing Battlefield 6 on Monday, gamers.
If you're a Kind of Funny member, today's Gregway is Tim's. But late yesterday, a very informative Gregway went up from Greg and Genevieve Miller. Greg yaks about how to support indie games, but then someone who actually knows what she's talking about shows up to talk about the question from her side of the industry. It's super informative. You should go check that out. If
go
you're
listen.
A Gregway fan, or if you're just trying to learn more about indie games, sign up, listen to it. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney, the Psalm Twining. Today we're brought to you by Factor, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 6 stories today. Starting with our number one. Sony teases new GPU tech for the PlayStation 6, which doesn't sound like a real thing. The PlayStation 6 doesn't roll off the tongue yet.
I think a lot of it is also that, it doesn't feel like it's been 5 years.
And it has.
That's where I'm at.
That is kind of insane.
It's like, in a way you go, oh, the PS5 Pro just came out, but well, yeah, it's always like a mid-gen sort of upgrade.
It just came out, like a year ago already? 2 years ago? A year ago? Man.
Year ago for because I got it for Rebirth, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
Rebirth.
Yeah. Wow. Sony's next console, presumably the PlayStation 6, is coming, quote, in a few years' time, according to someone who I believe to make that claim. Mark Cerny, lead architect on the PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro, joined Jack Wynn, the SVP and GM of AMD's Computing and Graphics Group, in a YouTube video wherein the pair spend 9 minutes going through some very specific co-developed advancements in graphics technology that will come to the next console. But the pair cautioned that the technologies are still in very early days and only exist in simulation right now. Much of it boils down to how the companies are working to make it easier for future GPUs to handle graphics upscaling, ray tracing, and the super intensive path tracing techniques used to make game worlds look more realistic. Sony says, quote, the current approach has reached its limit. So Sony is working with AMD to integrate components of its next-gen RDNA architecture in future consoles. AMD's Win introduced Radiance cores, similar in theory to NVIDIA's RT cores, that are dedicated to handling ray tracing and path tracing. In addition to Sony's new consoles having the new cores, they will almost certainly be built into AMD's future desktop GPUs too, and likely within whatever it's assisting within its Xbox partnership. The Radiance cores supposedly deliver a speed boost to performance, freeing up other components to quickly process shaders and textures instead of having to spin so many plates, so to speak. This new GPU tech will also benefit from advancements in AMD's FSR Redstone, its latest AI-assisted upscaling technology, such as neural radiance caching, as well as likely whatever upscaling tech comes after. Another key area of improvement is compression, which will free up more bandwidth for GPUs to run future games at peak performance and fidelity. Sony's improving on the Delta color compression technique used on PS5 and PS5 Pro that compress textures and render targets. Its next hardware will utilize the new, more efficient technique called universal compression that compresses everything in the pipeline. Win says this will let the GPU deliver, quote, more detail, higher frame rates, and greater efficiency. More compression could raise the performance ceiling of a GPU, so it should also let it run more efficiently in a low power mode should the need arise. Speaking of, it's easy to see how these improvements could benefit the rumored PlayStation handheld that's allegedly in development. Sony and AMD's work to reduce the stress on GPUs could theoretically be applied to any form factor, such as a handheld. Sony has already made strides in efficiency on the PS5 with a new power saver mode that can scale back game performance in favor of lower power consumption. In a nutshell, those are the key ingredients necessary to run games on a handheld. It's encouraging to see Sony being proactive about showing how it's working to make the GPUs in its upcoming devices, be it the PS6 or a handheld, as capable as possible. For now, we'll pretend that this news doesn't cast a shadow over the aging PS5 and the not as powerful as we'd hoped PS5 Pro. Damn, do people feel that way about the PS5 Pro?
I think that a lot of devs never or haven't really taken advantage of the PS5 Pro's power. Mm-hmm. Some devs even feel that way about the standard PS5. But I think a lot of it is like the PS5 Pro was thrown on the market and people aren't fully utilizing the PSSR, the pisser, to get more out of their video games. And I think a lot of it just comes down to like, you know, even something like Borderlands 4 coming out and not being fully optimized. I think a lot of it just comes down to not enough time to let these things cook. Yeah. Unfortunately. It's so funny. Like you bringing up this, you know, the article and the video. This feels like a video that would only be on like Mark Cerny's personal YouTube. It's like it's a PlayStation video, but it just feels like it's Mark Cerny like, hey, I'm doing my podcast on, you know, visualgeek.com or whatever the fuck, you know. I love when Mark Cerny shows off his passion for tech and how we can use that to supplement game design and make things a bit more easy and more efficient. All of these things are kind of what you would expect from somebody like Winfrey at AMD saying, hey, we're coming up with these new Radiance cores. We're going to make things run faster, more efficiently. You mentioning run things in a low power mode should the need arise. And it's like, immediately I just thought like, oh yeah, when we have like no more power left on the grid, you can go ahead and play your games in low power mode. I mean, this is all kind of, it's so early to even speculate a whole lot about.
Is it? About what, the PS6? How many years are we away from the PlayStation?
I would feel if we were maybe 2 years. Oh,
you don't think we're 2 to 3 years away from the PlayStation?
Maybe we are 2 to 3 years out, actually. I just feel like we haven't even like really utilized this current generation.
And that's why I take a little bit of issue with the ending of this article saying here that we'll pretend that this news doesn't cast a shadow over the aging PS5. The PS5 and the current generation in general doesn't feel like it's aging to me. And maybe it comes back to what you're talking about as far as to really get all you can get out of these pieces of technology. It takes time and it takes probably a lot of budget and production, and maybe those are some of the things that they're trying to cut down on with like these new innovations. But I'm also playing these games and I'm like, man, I don't feel like we need the PlayStation 6. I think we're gonna get the PlayStation 6 in the next couple of years, but I don't feel like I'm not asking for it necessarily.
You're right, and I think you bring up a good point talking about how time and budgets could maybe be things that are focused on more in the future of game development when we talk about the rising costs of game development and how many layoffs we end up seeing and how many games do release like really janky and broken and not super efficient. And you're like, why does Hell Is Us and Expedition 33 run this way on Unreal Engine 5, but Borderlands 4 is very busted, at launch or whatever. And on one side of it, I'm very excited about what the hardware can do to maybe brute force some of these situations. But on the flip side, it's like, well, then we're just giving way less time to optimization. And if we're hoping that you're going to get 60 frames per second only because all of our compression tech and stuff is making things a bit more efficient to run. On one side of that, I see that as like, oh, great, that's awesome. And on the other side, it's like, well, now we're just kind of hoping that the hardware can, again, brute force and make these things run good, whether they're optimized necessarily well or not.
Yeah.
And I think it's like this battle between the engineers and the developers of like, let's kind of find harmony with this.
Yeah.
Because the future is this upscaling tech. The future is, it's been DLSS, it's been AMD FSR, it's going to be
PSSR.
Whatever AMD's, up-res, whatever they're going to call it for this PS6. That is the future, because even playing something as amazing as Ghost of Yotei, how great that looks on Ray Tracing Pro, it's still not Path Tracing Pro. Mm-hmm. There are reflections ray traced or whatever, but there are still moments where I'm like, well, there shouldn't be lighting here. And if I was playing this on on a PC, on a high-powered machine, then, the shadows, we'd be talking about the full path tracing experience. So that can really only be achieved, I think, if you want it to be affordable with really good up-resing tech.
Yeah.
And that kind of unfortunately is the future, because if you want your shit to look as good as a PC without making this console $1,200, $1,500 or whatever, especially with the climate now, you're going to need really, really good up-resing tech.
Which is, I have a thought and I also have a question. I'll start with the thought of, this goes back to the convo of how far away are we from the PlayStation 6, right? Like, we're 5 years into this. Usually a console life cycle, we're talking about 7 years, 8 years maybe. The part of this article that sticks out to me is something that is worthwhile, is how this tech can enable a handheld. And I think what I would love, I don't know how this would affect business, how this would affect the console lifecycle and what they want to do with that. But what I would love is, instead of in 2 years getting a PlayStation 6, we get the PlayStation 5 handheld that's able to actually play PS5 games in a comparable enough state that it's like, oh damn, we're actually doing it. Like, we got the PlayStation 5 handheld, and like that can push off PlayStation 6 by a couple of years. Like, maybe then we're talking about 2029. That way you can get the juice of like, okay, now we have this handheld that's, concurrent with the console that it's emulating essentially. And then we get into the PS6, but the handheld is still relevant because obviously we're going to have cross-platform, cross-launches, or cross-generational stuff going on for a few years. That for me excites me. I like that prospect of getting a PlayStation handheld because I miss it.
I love it too, because I'm thinking of, there are no handhelds on the market right now that are comparable to the power of the PS5.
Yeah.
Still, right? And it's really, really hard to do. It's hard to get that form factor down. And it's going to be really, really expensive if you eventually do get that form factor down. Just because of the market right now and the price of chips and everything like that. And when we think about whatever the power of the PS5 is, let's say like if it's, hey, we can't put 100%, we can't make a 100% copy, a one-to-one copy of like what that hardware is producing. But if we could get 70 to 80% of what a PS5 can do and then let the up-resing tech do the rest of the work, then that is ideal.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
The question I was gonna come back on is, this comes back to you mentioning this feels like something that Mark Cerny would have uploaded to his personal channel, right? Like
discerning graphics with Cerny.
Yeah.
Or something
Oh, that's good.
You know what I mean?
That's
yeah,
fire. Are these conversations about the power of consoles, the power of these machines becoming more and more niche? Because I feel like even as I read this article, and maybe this is my brain, just not like maybe this is me not being, I guess, the tech guy as far as seeing all the different buzzwords and being like, oh shit, okay, they got this, they got that. I read it, I'm like, okay, cool, faster processing, more powerful stuff. It's going to be driven by AMD's like take on AI. All right, cool. I care, but I also don't care at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just like, give me the thing when the thing is ready. And I wonder how many people, I wonder if we're at the place now with consoles being so powerful where that's not as exciting of a talking point. Like if this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I feel like everybody would be like, oh shit, this is what's happening. Fuck, we all got to this doesn't feel all hands on deck in the same way that I feel like it would have been a while ago. Maybe that's just me though.
But I think that we are in a different place right now with the knowledge and experience that we all have, that a lot of us have with either playing these devices or hearing about these devices with upsampling tech. And I think a lot of us know more, and a lot of the audience knows more about things like DLSS, which we're often sponsored by NVIDIA to talk about and show off. Things like AMD's FSR. Intel has their own version. There's been a lot of like ways for companies to go, how can we kind of make this technology better?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is more at the forefront, and it could just sound like a lot of noise to a lot of people. And there's probably people listening to this podcast that are hitting that fast forward button, like, all right, enough of that bullshit,
Yeah, I mean, big 5 in chat says I'm tired of talking about graphics.
Yeah, I totally get it. Like, that is one of the things that we're seeing. It's so understandable to be tired to talk about graphics in an age where fucking Megabonk sold 1 million copies in a week and a half.
I was having this conversation yesterday with Max Scoville at the Paint and Sip, where I sip too much. And we're talking about like even just this year in video games, and we're talking about how so many of the innovations you're seeing in video games, and the thing that keeps me excited about video games in general is that innovations are still being made on the gameplay level in a way where it's like, tech isn't the thing that's moving things forward, right? It is when we see these huge trends of, oh damn, now everything's a fucking roguelike. Oh man, look at what, like a game like Megabonk iterating on a game like Vampire Survivors, which iterated on other things, right? Like we're seeing so much creativity when I think about the games that are hot this year, between Blueprints, between Silk Song, like between pretty much most of the Game of the Year contenders this year, I feel like are gameplay innovations,
Hades 2.
more so than tech innovations. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's become such an exciting thing for me still. I don't get bored talking about the graphics part because I do think the tech is interesting, but it doesn't feel like it's at the top of the list anymore, at least for me as a gamer, of like, oh man, games are going to look so much better. I'm kind of like, man, I played Death Stranding 2 earlier this year. My brain can't comprehend a game looking better than that. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of it is also less about what the game can do visually, but if you're trying to just look like a really high quality modern AAA video game, while also pulling off stuff that we've been seeing Crimson Desert do, with not only is it trying to look this way, but it's also doing so much with physics simulations. And we think of that one game, Teardown.
Oh, is that the like
voxel?
Yeah, I believe that is Teardown.
And games like that where you go, oh, whoa, that's so cool to see things explode in normal ways. And that's usually super easy. That's a lot less costly to do when your game is very low fidelity, when it's just blocky looking and the textures aren't super high res. But how can we also apply physics and real world type simulations like cloth and water and fire and explosions? And whenever you notice something big explode in Battlefield 6 and you notice your frame rate go from 90 frames to 42, and then it jumps back up once the explosion is done. How can we help make those, developments a little bit easier for the PC to run or for the machine to run?
Yeah.
That's the stuff that really interests me. And it's cool that we are kind of hearing about this, and I'm sure we'll probably get another upload from Mark Cerny tomorrow, talking about something else on discerning graphics with Mark Cerny.
Well, we might get that update from Mark Cerny, or we might get an update from Nintendo about what the fuck is up with these short films. Story number 2. we'll talk about after a word from our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Factor. Fall always feels like there's just so much going on, so much stuff to do, shorter days, busier routines, back to school. It's all just a lot. That's why so many of us here at Kinda Funny love Factor. Their chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious, no matter how hectic the season might get. On many occasions, Factor has completely saved both Greg and Jen when they needed it most. Choose from a wider selection of weekly meals, including premium seafood choices. We're talking salmon, we're talking shrimp at no extra cost. Eat smart at factormeals.com/kindafunny50 off and use code kindafunny50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code kindafunny50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
Story number 2, Nintendo finally comments on this week's Closer to You Pikmin videos, reveals they're the first short films from Nintendo Pictures. This is Tom Phillips at IGN. Nintendo has at last offered something of an explanation for its mysterious short film project Close to You, which debuted this week and was later revealed as featuring Pikmin. Writing on X, formerly Twitter, Nintendo stated that the 2 videos were the first short films created by Nintendo Pictures, the company's motion capture and animation studio that previously worked on a range of video games and CGI movies. Today's statement seems to suggest that the films are not viral marketing for anything else. This is not our first look at Pikmin 5, as far as we're aware, though the door is left open for more short films in the future. Quote, "We hope you enjoyed the 2 Close to You videos released on October 7th and 8th," Nintendo wrote. The second video is available on Nintendo Today, a free app available on your smart device. These are the first short films created by Nintendo Pictures Co. Limited. Nintendo Pictures will continue to explore new creative possibilities through video content. This was definitely one of my, like, in my Doctor Strange predicting a bunch of different outcomes, this is one of the ones I mentioned of, like, maybe they're just short films from their movie side. And sure enough, here we are.
Just having fun. They're just
having a good time. Who made the rules that you can't just put up a short film?
You're totally right. You are totally right. I think I also just kind of judge this based on the gaming industry as a whole and go, well, this can't just be for fun.
Yeah.
You wouldn't spend this much money on this for nothing.
Unless you're Nintendo.
Unless you're Nintendo.
Unless you're Nintendo.
Because you're making a shitload of money anyway. And you just operate in a different playing field. They're playing a different sport than everybody else.
And they keep winning is the crazy thing. They're playing an entirely different sport, and they just keep being at the top. And so I look at them and I want to judge, but I'm like, I can't judge.
Yeah.
I'm giving you my money.
You're doing your thing.
You're doing your thing.
It's good that they are clearing this up, and we don't have to, for the rest of the year, go like, oh, maybe this next thing is the next Direct. Maybe that's a Pikmin reveal. I mean, in the past, they've, of course, said, hey, this, there will be no news on whatever video game, and then the next Direct has shit like that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, they've done things like that, and they've, broken one of God's law, which is can't lie.
Can't lie. And
we've seen them do that before. I really do hope that this is maybe just testing the waters of any sort of IP, a new video game, because it does feel like a weird IP to start this project off with.
I had to look it up to see if lying was actually a sin. It is. Well, according to AI, which I shouldn't trust AI, but they say, yes, lying is considered a commandment in both the Judeo-Christian and Islamic traditions.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not tell a lie.
Yeah. Or bear false witness.
Bear false witness, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I guess going back to this, it's like, I do just find it weird that was the IP they chose to start off with. And maybe that isn't the one they chose to start off with. Maybe they've have multiple in the works and that one just was done first. I don't know. But It does feel like a weird, I feel like Pikmin would have been the third one. And maybe we start off with Splatoon and then it's Donkey Kong and then it's Pikmin. I don't know. It's just an odd one, But
okay, first of all, Ottercog in chat who says, "Oh, we need AI to tell us if lying is a sin. Wrap it up. Humanity is cooked." I sipped too much last night. All right, how many times can I tell you? I sipped a lot.
He sipped a lot.
I'm moving slow today. You know what I mean?
Let them use AI.
You want me to fucking Google and then like scroll and scroll until I find Bible.com to give me the exact verse so I can tell you the factual thing? I'm in the middle of a video game news show.
He sipped a lot.
I sipped a lot last night. Usually I have all my commandments memorized.
Don't say the
in
P
order.
Word. Don't say the P word.
Ask me, say one commandment. Or give me a number, I'll tell you.
2.
Thou shalt not covet. Somebody check it.
Oh, I was gonna say it's fucking bear arms.
commandment that you shall bear arms.
I mean, these days, the Constitution and the commandments they run hand in hand these days.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
it's hard to fucking separate.
So let me scroll down to actual. Oh, here we go. It's that you shouldn't take the Lord's
Bro,
name
they
in vain.
put "you shall not kill" that low at number 5. Like you gotta put that.
Well,
shit
I don't think they're ranked. Maybe they are. Honor your father and your mother. Being number 4.
I don't think they're ranked. This is a shit list.
We're changing the shit list for today. We're ranking the commandments. All right. What's your favorite commandment? I know Jesus said that the greatest commandment is that. Wait, bring them up again, Kevin. I believe the greatest one is that you shall love others. So I think that would technically be number 1. Let's see here. Oh damn, covet's real low on the list, by the way. Yeah,
covet's a good word.
Covet are like the bottom 2 here.
I like covet.
You shall not have strange gods before me. I know that's just the language. Strange is a funny word.
Well, okay. Well, what about this god? Like, that god's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, you can have that one. The other one, that one's strange.
That guy's strange. We don't like that guy.
I don't like that.
He be doing strange things. But yeah, I think you're right that Pikmin is.
Oh, we're going back to Pikmin. We went sorry 3.
It was a real hard pivot to make it back to Pikmin. But I did have a thought of Pikmin is a weird one, but I also feel like it's big enough of a Nintendo IP, but also weird enough of a Nintendo IP to experiment with. Although Tim would tell you that it's top 5.
But look, here's the thing,
which
though.
It's not.
It's one of those things where I battle with myself on this because I go, yeah, it's a weird IP. They made fucking 4 of them. It's doing shit.
Pikmin,
this isn't Chibi Robo. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're right. Pikmin is in the top 10. If we're doing the power ranking of Nintendo IPs, Pikmin is top 10.
Number 1, Mario.
Mario. Are you including Pokemon or not?
Yeah.
Or if we're including Pokemon, I would say that might be number 1.
Yeah.
We'll say number 1 Pokemon. 1 and 2 Pokemon Mario. I don't care about the order. Number 3 Zelda. Number 4 Donkey Kong. Number 5 Kirby.
Or Metroid.
Kirby's above Metroid. I like Metroid more. Well, I guess after the last
I like
Kirby
Metroid too.
game.
Yeah, Dread was good.
Dread was good. Good though.
Good game.
Yeah. I'll put Metroid number 6.
Okay.
Actually, Pikmin might be.
Splatoon's got to be up there. Are you kidding me?
You're right.
Like
number 6. Well, I'm gonna say Splatoon.
I think if we don't put Splatoon as high as we should, that's just very like.
Oh, we forgot Animal Crossing.
That's very. Oh shit. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. No, we had. Okay, let's start over. Let's start over.
Kevin, get a spreadsheet up.
Number 1, Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Mario. Number 3, Animal Crossing. 4, Zelda. 5. What was the thing we said for
Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong. 6, Splatoon.
I would put Splatoon after
over Kirby.
Yeah, over Kirby.
Over Kirby. Number 7, Kirby.
I mean, only because you look at someone like Mike, and Mike thought that Kirby was just a Smash Bros. Character. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And when I think of Splatoon, I think it's very myopic if we don't put Splatoon that high. But it's so massive in Japan.
Kirby is like Kirby gets the job done in like a lot of spin-offs though. Like you have Kirby in the Forgotten Land, which is like it's great, fantastic. But then you have hella Kirby spin-offs. You're getting a Kirby a year. If you're really thinking about it.
The Kirby restaurant in Japan was like, it's all Kirby all the time there.
I think Kirby might be above Splatoon.
Maybe you're right.
But I think they're in the similar tier.
Yeah.
Though. And then honestly, I think Pikmin is competing with Metroid. For like Nintendo like power ranking.
That's gotta hurt the Metroid Corporation. like if you hear that, it's like a head coach watching like ESPN's First Take and being like, they think I'm on that level. Wow. Like,
but it's not even like a slight to Metroid. It's just you don't be selling. It's like when Derrick Rose just kept getting injured, and it's like you should be You should be up next. You should be the
love
star.
that Derrick Rose is always your reference.
It's not from Illinois.
Yeah.
Everybody was collectively pissed when he got injured.
Damn, that's tough. Star Fox would be below both of them.
Oh, for sure. Star Fox.
I would put Metroid above Pikmin. And then
I don't know if Nintendo would.
I don't think you're wrong.
If Nintendo's looking like we got to kill one of these children, we got to kill either Pikmin or Metroid, I think they point the gun to Metroid.
Let us know in the comments down below who would Nintendo kill, Metroid or Pikmin first.
Story number 3. Clair Obscur Studios' next game won't necessarily have the same story, art style, or genre. This is Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle. The next game from Clair Obscur Studio, Sandfall Interactive, won't necessarily follow the same art style or genre its creative director has suggested. In an interview with the Washington Post, Guillaume Broche said that even though Clair Obscur has been a huge success with more than 5 million copies sold, that doesn't necessarily mean it'll go with the same formula for its next game. The article notes that the game's pairing feature and the ability to remain active during an enemy's turn was inspired by Devil May Cry and Mario and Luigi. Sorry, this is two games, two opposite games, if I'm being honest. But that it was too early to tell if Sandfall would lean heavier on action next time. Well, we don't want to be constrained by story, art style, or gameplay in whatever we want to make next, so nothing to say, Broche told the publication. We just want it to feel authentic and made with love. Elsewhere in the article, Broche said that the big upcoming update for Clair Obscur is the studio's way of thanking the players for the game's success. Quote, it's not exactly a full-blown downloadable content expansion thing, but it's what we call a thank you update, he explained. We've received so much love from our community and players. We just want to say thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for making the game. I mean, does that do anything for your speculation of what they're doing next? I mean, really, it's impossible to tell.
It is. I know that a lot of their love of listening to the GameSpot interview that Lucy James did, and how they were, so adamant about their love for From Software. I think in their hearts, they also would love to make a action kind of game where you are
like a Souls-like,
like a. Well, I mean, just not a turn-based in the way that they have it right now.
I see.
I think there are parts of them that say we would really love to make a game like that. I don't know if I want that, but I also don't know if I, just thinking about how the future of the next 3 years of games will look. I think we're going to have a lot of Expedition 33 likes.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get that a lot, and we don't yet, so I'm not tired of it. But maybe I will be 3.5 years from now when we've had a lot of games inspired, and rightfully so, by Expedition 33. And I know they're not the first to do this game style, but you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people will try to go, oh, shit, I'm so inspired by this. How can I do my take on this?
How can I add parries to turn-based?
Yeah. How can I make this my own? It's just so up in the air, and I wouldn't even be surprised if with this that they grow from 2 employees to
2 employees and a cousin.
A cousin who let them use like their washing machine. I wouldn't be surprised if, with their success that we see a bit more expansion, a bit more hiring, and maybe even, hey, we're going to have a main team make one project and a smaller team working on something else. I could totally see them going in that way, because right now it's kind of like blank check territory for them.
Dude, that's the thing. I'm 50-50. For me, it goes back to Supermassive with Hades, where we're doing our predictions for Game Awards before they announced Hades 2. And I remember I predicted Hades 2 just off of the sense of, well, you've hit gold with Hades. You got to follow that up. Like, I feel like when you hit something that's so revered, so loved, you got to keep that going. And so that side of my brain goes, well, you got to make it follow up to Clair Obscur. Like, you got to make something else that's in that franchise, because that's such an easy layup win. But then there's the other side of me that's like, it goes back to your point of, oh, these guys, they love Devil May Cry. There is Souls influence, in Clair Obscur when you look at like the camps and the leveling system and like the scaling system and some of the stuff there. These guys obviously love action games, and I think it'd be really cool, honestly, if they took that talent, especially like their art style and stuff, and translated that into more of just a regular might not be the right word, but more active action like system, right? Where you're doing combos and you're pressing square for light attack, triangle for heavy attack, that type of shit.
It could look like Lost Soul Aside.
Yeah, like Lost Soul side, but good.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want from them. I would be down for either. I think the world probably wants Clair Obscur though. I think the world would probably want more in that franchise.
I certainly do, and I would want more of that play style from them with all of the evolutions that they want, because I guarantee you there were several ideas that were probably left on the cutting room floor that they weren't able to get to because of production and time and budget or whatever. But I want to see more of that world and more of that style of combat, only because we have a shitload of action RPGs, platformers already that... No, platformers not the word. Action RPG is what I should have said. We have a lot of those. We are drowning in those.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of good quality ones of those also. It's not like we're not just drowning in a bunch of monotony. There's like a lot of good shit out there already, and I kind of just want more of this from them.
Just make it more French. Or not more French. Make it just as French.
Oh. Yeah. Same level.
Same level of French. You can't put in more French. I think that's impossible to make this game, to make their next game more French.
I don't know, man. I disagree only because everybody in the game has like English accents. And then they say merde or whatever.
They got the Eiffel Tower in that game.
Yeah, but like nobody in the game was ever... We have to go over there, like they're not.
I mean, that's fair.
Nobody sounded French in the game.
I mean, you're right, but I feel
you would just hear Charlie Cox go, putain, and that's it.
Yeah. But I feel like if they all had French accents, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that'd be a tough sell. I don't know why. I got nothing against the French accent. I think that would take me out of it too much.
Gotcha.
I'm playing a JRPG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That can't be in France. Yeah.
It's funny because the Eiffel Tower...
Pokemon?
Do they have French accents in Pokemon?
We don't know yet, but like... Is that going to take you out? Because they've got their sci-fi looking. Like,
first of all, they don't even talk
Eiffel
in Pokemon.
Tower.
But like, if they just started putting accent AUs on random like English words and shit. Also, I said Supermassive earlier. I meant Supergiant. My bad, y'all.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
Good on you, Chen.
Story number 4. Halo art director leaves after 17 years with cryptic message suggesting it was on bad terms. This is Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle. Art director who worked on the Halo series for 17 years has left Halo Studios, posting a curious message suggesting there was more to his departure than meets the eye. Glenn Israel joined Bungie when it was still working on Halo in 2008, then moved to 343 Industries in 2010 to continue working on the series. He's since served as a concept artist and senior concept artist on the series for 17 years, his first big credit being on Halo 3 ODST. However, in a statement on his LinkedIn page, Israel announced that he was leaving the developer, now known as Halo Studios, stating that he would shed more light on the situation in the future. Quote, "As of today, and after 17 long years, I am officially no longer contributing to the Halo universe," Israel's message reads. Quote, "There is little more I can say for the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year. In the meantime, I have a message for anyone and everyone who needs to hear it. I know that the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you're free to choose. No illusion of security, nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethics, or values, and no one can force you to. Stay strong, take evidence when necessary, and find where you belong," end quote. Israel didn't give any further details on what happened to cause his departure, but his message suggests he will be free to do so sometime in 2026. This is a really weird story.
I'm gonna, to sort of work on my voice acting reel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna record this as if it's an audio log in a game. Like, this sounds like just something left by. This sounds like in a movie where they're like, if you're watching this, know that I'm not alive anymore. But
honestly, yeah,
it just reads very, very weirdly when it's safe next year. Like, a lot of that has to do with NDAs, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. But
it
for sure has to do with NDAs. But it sounds like he has a sniper trained on his location.
Yeah, non-disparagement clause probably. Like, I mean, we'll see what this is all about. Immediately I'm like, is this like political or is it just budgetary? I have no idea. I don't really know what to make of this at all.
Yeah, for me it gives we've had controversies in the last few weeks regarding people being fired for saying shit about either Charlie Kirk or whatever, saying for me it gives that, but I can't tell what side who is on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm like, and I don't want to speculate around that, but
yeah.
I can't. It's so vague that I'm like, I can't. You can't really make a value judgment here as far as like, okay, what's going on here? Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? It just is a weirdly worded thing of, hey, I'll tell you more next year when I'm allowed to. And when you have that, it's like, okay, well, why did you say this at all? You should have saved this for next year because now people are just going to speculate, which is maybe what you want. Maybe you want people to be mad at Halo Studios for no reason.
Maybe you want to be the talk of the town.
Yeah.
I was going to make a bad joke when you said Glenn Israel. I was like, well, there you go. Like, shit, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't know. We'll see how it develops whenever it's safe for this person to do so and talk about it.
Yeah. And then story number 5, a Minecraft movie 2 and the Simpsons movie 2 are currently set for the same release day in July 2027. This is Wesley Yin-Poole at IGN. Warner Brothers has announced the movie sequel we all expected, Minecraft 2. We talked about this for a second yesterday. I think this might have been like a year wrong, like late Wii News kind of thing. It's due out July 23rd, 2027, the same day as Disney's The Simpsons movie 2. Hollywood is set for an explosive blockbuster movie Showdown on that day. I'm not going to read the rest of this, but there you go.
I mean, okay, let's start brainstorming right now.
Yeah.
We were able to do Barbenheimer.
Simpscraft? Minesons 2.
We got to think of because there's not enough words there.
Yeah.
I guess Barbie and Oppenheimer were just 2 words.
Yeah.
But that kind of rolled off the tongue a lot better.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any,
Simpcraft.
It just doesn't feel right. I don't know if we can do this.
I mean, Simpcraft does kind of like roll off the tongue, but it also has. You can't call it that.
No,
we can't do that.
Anything with chicken jockey.
Spider or was it Spider Pig?
Right. Yeah.
I feel like there's potential there morphing those two.
Okay.
Spider Pig has to make a comeback.
Something we can think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is kind of a.
But this is ideal though, because you're a parent with kids. You go to the theater. You drop your kids off at Minecraft, and you walk next door to Simpsons. Because the demographics here. There's going to be people over 30 and people under 20. Under 25. 28.
And, I mean, part of me was going to kind of fight against that argument and go, yeah, but there are a lot of, people like me, the olds, who, there are going to be people my age that have kids that are in, and it's like, I don't know if there's a lot of fans of The Simpsons that are having kids.
You don't think fans of The Simpsons are having kids?
I just think a lot of millennials my age that we just talk about the rising trend in people not having kids.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
but some people are having kids though.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. That reminds me of a post.
We didn't all just decide to stop.
There was a post recently that Alana Pierce responded to where some person was like, Has anybody had a kid that was vaccinated? And Alana was like, probably not. Like, I bet you not.
Yeah,
like, the sheer numbers. Come on, what a stupid ass question. You know what I mean? But like, I'm just thinking about. I'm thinking about the amount of people that, because I was thinking, well, surely there's going to be a lot of kids that grew up with family members that The Simpsons is just kind of naturally passed on. If you're an adult who listens to your old music. You got kids these days, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, that are like into Jay-Z and like fucking 90s Backstreet Boys because it all kind of comes around.
But I guess here's the thing. This is going to sound like a dumb question, but do Simpsons fans watch The Simpsons?
Still?
That's
a good question.
Like if you're somebody who's a Simpsons fan, is Lucy James?
I think Lucy James is rewatching, puts it on to like
old Simpsons, though.
Yeah. But I mean, still. It's not like the new Simpsons, kids will be like, yeah, but that generation, I don't like Bart being an adult. I don't think that's happening, you know what I mean?
But is Bart an adult?
No.
Oh.
If I may.
Go ahead.
I was a huge Simpsons fan. I watched the first 17 seasons live as they premiered.
17?
Well, I mean, I started when, season 8, probably.
Okay. Right.
I have DVDs... seasons 1 through 20, And like my plan is to someday show them to like, you know, like a sick day or something when Henry's a little older. And so like if Henry was of age, I think I would have prepped him and be like, all right, we're going to go see this movie. He's not though, too young.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel like Simpsons, if I was a parent with kids, I could see your point. I would want to share Simpsons movies with them. But like they're going to want to watch Minecraft. I think the desire for the kid is going to be, I want to watch Minecraft.
You think there'll ever be a Roblox movie?
Yes. Unless the government gets to them first. Because like, what's going on in Roblox?
That was one of, dude, honestly, I may have been spot on with my I forget what Gamescast it was, but it was like the future of gaming. And I was like, somebody's going to step in. My prediction was an outside entity will step in to like stop Roblox. Like, and I don't know who it was, like either the government or something will eventually be like, what's happening here?
What's the parent, like what's over Roblox? Like what owns?
No.
I'm looking this up. Roblox.
Tencent? I don't know.
Wikipedia. Who owns Roblox? Here we go.
The public investment fund from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Roblox Corporation.
Okay.
Is it just, there's no way. Like, it must be, yeah, like Tencent, like, shook hands with the Saudis. Like,
I'm sure there's massive investors that are, I'm sure there's people with a lot of money tied up in Roblox.
If you were just saying no one, it's just them. It's a publicly traded company. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I mean.
It was a weird episode.
I mean, it's not weirder than yesterday's episode. It can't get weirder than Did you listen to yesterday's episode?
No.
Maybe possibly the weirdest episode of Games Daily I've ever done.
Oh, no, I did because I heard people yelling.
Yeah.
So
were we yelling? It's one of those things. I never read the comments. I had to read the comments for that. I was like, I gotta read the comments.
That's not really sex negative.
But I got sex negative?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna get into it.
I had to pop in the chat and go like, there are dildos and vibrators on sale at CVS and Walgreens, just on the shelves.
I mean, you're right.
They got gates. Like I'm on your side, Andy. But
I thought that was only a California thing. I was like, oh, liberal California.
Yeah.
When I went back to Texas, I was like, oh, they got dildos and fucking vibrators here too at Walmart.
And I also don't want to make. I also don't want to make it seem like I don't have like the strongest side. I have like an inherent way of thinking as far as like, I don't know, age ratings and shit like that. But I'm not over here. I wasn't trying to like change Tim's mind completely, if I'm being honest. It was just one of those things where I never heard that perspective before.
I love that.
So I think I was just in shock a little bit.
I love that you kept hitting him. Look, honestly, you kept hitting him back the same way that me and Nick kept hitting Tim back yesterday. Like, Tim, you're right about Tron Ares.
Yeah.
We know, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But there was still some enjoyment to be had in that movie, you know?
Oh, so you liked it?
No.
Okay.
But it didn't feel like a complete waste of time like other movies that we've gone to go see. Mm-hmm. Because when those action scenes were hidden and Nine Inch Nails is like, it's like, oh, this is fucking sick. And then it would be like 20 minutes of some of the worst shit you've ever seen in your life and just bad acting, you know?
I feel that. It's a weird episode. Yesterday was a weirder episode. Yeah. But like sometimes
it's Friday.
You
sipped a lot.
I sipped a lot.
Sipped.
Oh, I did sip a lot. I did sip a lot. I was like sifting through Wikipedia, through Roblox Wikipedia. But they're also big episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yesterday's episode was a big episode.
Yeah.
If I wanted something smaller, say the tiniest news I needed to know about, where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the We News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Story number 6 is We News. Control is coming to iPhone, iPad, and Apple Vision Pro alongside Mac in 2026.
Still doing that, huh?
And Cecil Stedman has been announced as a playable fighter for Invincible Versus. Now, Cecil, of course, is the character who like works for the government type dude. Yeah. He recruits the heroes.
Walton Goggins.
He's played by Walton Goggins. And you would think to yourself, oh, he's in the fighting game? If you haven't, check out the trailer for Cecil. Because he looks like a fucking badass in that trailer.
I loved that they were teasing this out saying, we're announcing our next playable character, and it's definitely not who you think it will be.
Yeah.
And then I saw the homie Beans Got Games on Instagram, who's at Comic-Con, showing, footage of, like, from his phone of the screens or whatever, where they're showing off the gameplay. And it looks pretty damn nuts.
It looks fucking insane.
He's just using guns and he's doing his teleportation all over the place.
Yeah, he's essentially teleporting all over the place and taking people out with his guns and his rocket launchers and shit. Kevin's playing the trailer if you're watching the
And he looks great.
version.
The art style looks fantastic.
I'm a defender of this game. I think this game is going to be good when it comes out.
This game's looking better and better, man.
Yeah. I do like the art style a lot.
Let's fast forward. Here we go. This is what we're talking about right here.
Yeah, like he's flying, sending out clones of himself, teleporting as his little or big laser gun.
I love the gameplay of like the teleportation with the long range abilities. Really awesome.
I might be a Cecil main. And then he summons all of his little minion bots.
Oh right, his clones or whatever.
Yeah. Really cool shit. And that is it for Wii News. Let's take a look at super chats here for you. Oh, we got a lot to get to here.
Chat, who are y'all gonna be getting into Battlefield 6 this weekend? I won't be able to, unfortunately, but
what were the bids for the Stomach Mike painting? Let me know.
Oh, right.
Mike M says, I was up until 2 a.m. playing Absolum last night after seeing Andy's stream. Highly recommend. Really, really fun time.
Yeah, good video game.
Resolute says, I hope the removal of skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 7 gets covered in Wii News. This is genuinely game-changing and will allow me to play casually with my friends. Well, now there you have it. It's been said.
How about that?
I didn't know that was a thing.
That is pretty massive. When we think about how, and players go, but now you're going to be getting your shit rocked by like high-level players. But like when you break down the numbers. When I think back to how Valorant and Overwatch were breaking down their numbers, where people that are bronze and below, in terms of like that skill level, are like 65% of the player base, and then like the next 20 is like silverish and below, and then the next gold, so like the amount of really, really, really good players are much smaller than the amount of just normies who work 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
And I really hope that this is true. I hope we don't see the engagement matchmaking that we've so often kind of heard about and we've heard rumors about. You play a shitty team and you win, you get happy, and then the next team you get your shit rocked and you go, fuck that, one more game, and you play a good, and they just really want you there and they keep on, having the carrot on the stick. We'll see how this goes. This is one that like we need to pay attention to in 2 to 3 weeks to hear from people and go, actually things are worse or things are better.
Phil says, I'm leaving 5 whole Canadian dollars just so I can hear Bless say pussy. That's like my whole last paycheck. I hope he delivers. There you go.
There you go.
I just read it verbatim.
God, he said it.
I said it. Zeke speak. It still doesn't roll off the tongue for me. It's not a word that comes naturally. Oh, you know the word. Bear in the background who's asking which word.
It rolls off the tongue for me. Come on.
This guy knows ball. He knows ball over here. You probably know what the rose is. Let's see. Zeke Speak says, Bless, you studied art. Do a full dress down critique of Mike's piece. How's the negative space? Where does it draw the eye? Is it pre-Raphaelite, etc.? I switched out of art after 1 semester because I did not enjoy it. I studied graphic design for my first semester, and that required a lot of art classes that had me develop skills that I knew I wasn't talented in. I took drawing 101. Let me tell you, I was struggling. I got a lot better though by the end of that class, but yeah, I was kind of like, I don't actually want to do this. I want to actually podcast about video games, and here I am.
That makes sense.
Fudge says, marriage tax got hitched at 10 a.m. Eastern, eating brunch now. Wanted to shout out, kind of funny, 2,000 episodes and being constant for laughs and a good time, and subjecting her to Greg's laugh. Love Mr. and Mrs. Fudge and Hooch P. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Myron says, is Blessing pushing P word today? I already did. Idiomancer says, my first ever birthday tax. It's early tomorrow. No need to say happy birthday. Just know I appreciate y'all. I'm going to say anyway, happy birthday, Idiomancer.
I won't, but I'll think it.
He's thinking it right now. Mike says, Tam's raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. He's playing MGS now, MGS 2 on Saturday, and Delta on Sunday, starting 9 a.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/TimorH. Thanks. Hell yeah. Go support Timor.
Stay tuned to Timor H all weekend. I was telling him at Ben's birthday party, little baby Ben, I was like, he goes, yeah, I'll end up like cutting the stream. And on the flip side, I was like, Or you just leave that shit running. You play through part 1, and then you just leave that shit up on the screen. You rewind it and just kind of have a replay at
keep
night.
it on loop.
Keep that money going.
Yeah.
Come on. Who cares about rising energy costs?
Resolute says if y'all need more info on the skill-based matchmaking story, I sent you both an IGN article on BS. That's Blue Sky Tim.
That's Blue Sky Tim.
Calpie? I'm going to say Calpie because Calpie would be weird. Says, super late KFGD 2K super chat. Been a busy week here. I've been watching first thing in the morning to start my day since the Stadia reveal coverage. Oh my God.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Man, we thought that was the future. I'll never forget playing.
I mean, it kind of was in the way, just not from them.
I think Destiny was the first thing I played on Stadia.
I never had Stadia.
And it was tough.
I wanted to play
it was at the old studio on the old studio Wi-Fi.
Oh.
And it was just like jump. It's like, whoa, that's a real late fucking response right there.
And I was playing Gaikai on Facebook back in the day, playing Saints Row 3 off my Facebook browser. Oh man, what a time. That was like 2014 or some shit like that.
S'mores and Oreos with the $5 super chat says, hey Andy, if you jump into Battlefield 6, try out the M39 Marksman rifle. You'll love it. Looking forward to catching the Jabroni boys dominate. We're so back.
Kebab says, I'm realizing I'm not excited for PS6. PS5 looks only slightly better than PS4, and the PS6 will be more expensive than tariffed PS5 Pro. No thanks.
You're not wrong.
Napoleon Blown Apart says, I'm a bit behind, but on the talk of path tracing, it can drastically reduce dev time like id Software said it did for Doom TDA. That's the Dark Ages. In theory. Mike M says, the sixth commandment is thou shall not sip. Kevin, bring up the commandments again. I got to see. And then S'mores says, hey, Andy, if you jump into BF6, try the... Oh, you just read that one. Ty Wilkins says, I say good, do what you want. You don't have that corporate overhead. Enjoy the success and freedom. I don't know which that was in response to.
I think probably Sandfall. Expedition 33, I'm assuming. Like, you don't have a corporate overhead.
Oh, yeah.
You're not owned by a publisher. Do whatever you want to do.
What was the sixth one? Because you highlighted the fifth commandment, Kevin, which is thou shalt not kill. The sixth one is you should not commit adultery.
Don't cheat.
That's not sipping.
Don't cheat.
That's not sipping. Peter Ropp says Clair Obscur souls that follows the writers. I mean, whatever they want to do, I'm down for.
Whatever they want.
Dave Bro says, how many bangers does Sandfall need to be considered top tier? One more.
Yeah.
I mean, in the power rankings, they're pretty high up now. But I think one more would cement them.
Super chat from Hugh Janus, or not super chat, but you're wrong. From Hugh Janus. Says AMD Radeon is pronounced Radeon, not Radeon. I think we're aware of that. But they were talking about how their upscaler, their tensor cores are called the Radiance cores.
Oh,
so maybe that's what you heard us say, Radiance.
Yeah,
cores.
we said Radiance.
But we know it's like, it's pronounced Radeon. So fucking show it up your ass, Hugh Janus.
We're running real late in the show. Hugh Janus. We're gonna cut it there because we're really late in the show. So I'm gonna hop into You're Wrong, where you write in, let us know what we got wrong as we got it wrong. So we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube, listening later on podcast services around the globe. This is for yesterday. I'll be honest, if you missed the show yesterday and you write in with You're Wrong through the day prior, they're not going to get read because this is going to be a different host likely. So if you're writing for You're Wrong for Tim, he's not going to hear it. And so
or I might still read it by accident.
Or that.
I'll tell you what, my titties are getting big, dude. I've been doing a lot of push-ups.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, just.
Oh, look at that. Come on. I can't. It's not going to appear. I can't do it like as smoothly as y'all do.
Nick does it the best. Nick's the best at it.
And I've been doing push-ups. It's not like I've not been doing push-ups. But yeah, I just can't do it. Let's see. Yeah, these aren't really Your Wrongs.
I've been watching I saw a photo that Roger posted where he was at the basketball court, which tells me that he actually is trying to learn basketball.
Good for him.
God, I'm gonna whoop his ass.
You're gonna fucking destroy that.
I'm gonna destroy him, dude.
All right, yeah, we don't really have any You're Wrongs that I think are actually You're Wrongs here. So we're just going to end the show. Of course, this has been Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every week, they run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. enjoy the Gamescast next. We're going to be talking about the top 16 roguelikes as decided by IGN, and the stream after, and Game Showdown between both of those.
Yeah.
But until next time, game daily.